What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tim Sports Talk. And today we are talking about should Washington make a move for a different Green Bay quarterback, and that being, of course, their former first-round pick in 2020, Jordan Love. And we're talking about it because some other people are actually talking about it. You got to hear Cole Thompson over at Fan Nation. If Aaron Rodgers stays, should the Commanders trade for another Packers QB? Maybe, right? And I'm not going to lie. When Ref the District's channel, if you haven't gone and subscribed to them, go do that. When they first posted this on their channel, on their community tab, my initial reaction was immediately no, right? Like, I remembered that he didn't look really good in the Kansas City game, and I thought, absolutely not. I'm not interested in Jordan Love at all, right? But then I went back, and rewatched it, okay? I went back and rewatched it, but before we get into that, let's just take a look here at his stats, okay? First of all, he's also a 6'4", 220-pound quarterback that ran a 4.65 40-yard dash at the combine, so he's got a bit of wheels underneath him as well. But you can see here, here's his game log. He went 19 for 34, 190 yards, 56% completion percentage, a touchdown, and an interception. And I remembered that coming out of the Kansas City game, thinking they only scored 7 points. The stats clearly don't look great. And I watched that game live, and I just remember walking away with, you know what? Not really impressed, not really interested in Jordan Love. Here's also in Detroit, 10 for 17, a 59% completion percentage, 134 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Again, stats aren't really doing it for you, right? You look at those stats and you're like, meh, we could do better than that. But when you actually go back and watch these two games, right? Kansas City, while they did not start off well and the defensive side of the ball, they did start to get better as the year went along. They were actually like a top 10 defense, maybe even top 5 defense in the last 10 games of the season compared to the first 7. Now, also, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator for Kansas City, is no joke. He is a 3-time Super Bowl defensive coordinator, champion. So this guy knows how to coach some defenses, and he knows how to dial up a blitz. And let me tell you, they sent pressure. Even if they weren't sending a blitz, they were stunting at this dude. They sent all sorts of stuff here, basically as a young quarterback. He's a second-year player. I believe this was his first start or maybe second start of his entire career. And they really brought it to this kid. And the fact that he only took 1 sack was actually really interesting. He had some really good escapability in the pocket, as you would expect, with a 4.65 40-yard dash. And he actually didn't look as bad as the stats were telling you and as my memory served. His 1 interception was a 50-50 ball to Devontae Adams. He maybe overthrew it a little bit. Snead made a phenomenal play on that one. So, yes, while it's not a great interception, but he's still giving a one-on-one opportunity to his number 1 target, right? I can't really hate on him too much for that. You'd like a better ball placement, but it's a good idea, especially on 3rd and 10. Get it up there and see what happens. Also, they only scored 7 points in this game, but the kicker missed 2 field goals, right? Now, 13 points is nothing to write home about, but when it's a 13-7 game, that fourth quarter drive that he had that ended up scoring a touchdown to Adam Lazard could have been a game-tying drive instead of just a game, trying to make it a closer game. So this is his first start. Now let's move on to the Detroit game where he played the second half. And yes, while Detroit's not a very good team, especially defensively, 10 for 17, 134 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. First off, DeGuara dropped a wide-open touchdown. That was a beautiful touch pass. I guess wide open is a little bit of an exaggeration, but definitely an open one where he had to fit the ball in over the safety, and he had 2 hands on it and just dropped it. It was a beautiful dot. I believe it was even on the run to his right side. Also, the 2 interceptions. Let's talk about those. The first one was an absolute dime on a slant pass right to number 8. I don't even know who that was. It was a backups playing that hit the guy in the hands, And he had it, and then he just threw it to the defender, basically. I mean, it was completely not his fault. Now, the other one was definitely with 30 seconds left, trying to make something happen, pressure in his face, trying to sling it over the middle. Definitely can't take a sack there, but it ends up going too high, going into the safety's hands. Definitely one he has to clean up. But again, only 2 starts this season. A young quarterback, I'm not going to absolutely kill him for that. Yes, he has to correct it, but it's expected with young quarterbacks. But when you watch him play, you see a guy that can move. You see the strong arm that they talked about. You got a feeling that he actually has a lot of potential over there in Green Bay. But Aaron Rodgers is a 2-time MVP now, back-to-back, right? Back-to-back MVP. Green Bay's not going to move on from him anytime soon unless Aaron Rodgers decides he wants out, right? And he's under contract for 2 more years, that it being Aaron Rodgers. Are you really going to let Jordan Love continue to just sit on the bench? They did with Aaron Rodgers, but it's a different staff now. Maybe they do, but we do need to take a serious look at Jordan Love, honestly. And I don't know exactly what I would trade for him. Would I trade pick number 11? Maybe. That's steep, though. That's steep. But you got to get your quarterback somehow. And if you think this guy can be your franchise, if you really buy into it and you really like it, a first-round pick for your franchise quarterback is nothing. But another reason why I want to do it is because he still has 3 more years on his rookie deal. So he's not overly expensive. You have the 5th-year option coming from the first round, from being a first-round pick. So you have time to develop him. You're not doing a 1-year rental. So if we could get away with just trading a 2nd-round pick, I'm all for it. Or maybe a 2nd and maybe a later round pick, like a 5th the following season or something like that. I would prefer that, obviously. But I'm really considering actually moving that pick number 11 instead of going for one of these rookies. Now, there obviously is benefits to maybe taking a rookie instead of Jordan Love, because you get him for 5 years. But at the same time, Jordan Love is probably more talented than anybody coming out of this draft, if we're being honest. Malik Willis has a lot of natural talent, but he's still a huge project. Jordan Love's a bit of a project, but he's got it 2 years under Aaron Rodgers' tutelage. And then Matt LaFleur also, great coach that he was learning under. I may pull the trigger on this. But hey, you guys let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you're new, there's a Discord link in the description below. You can hop in our Discord and talk some football. Last but not least, there are donation links in the description below. If you feel so kind, you could donate to the channel. Thanks for hanging out until the end, and until next time. See ya!